I can. Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
It's Red Eye Radio. He is Eric Carly, and I'm Gary McNamara. I know. Yesterday was one of those days. It wasn't a big news day where there were like a lot of news stories, but it was that kind of a day where you and I just went.
Well, it's the fallout, but you're looking at it going, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it started with Austin. That's my bad. I guess I should have done a better job. It's my bad. Sorry. Then, somebody at the Pentagon had the flu. They were supposed to tell someone else, and they were supposed to tell someone else. And then, no one answers their phones anymore.
It's really good to see that it's not hard to shut down the Pentagon.
Well,
if the Pentagon can't communicate a message to the president because somebody else had the flu, excuse my language, we're in a hell of a lot of damn trouble.
Well, this is the problem. I think of Kim Jong-un. He looks at this and says, my gosh, they really don't know what's going on. They really don't know what's going on. Austin abandoned his post.
Yes, he did.
Full stop. There's no way around that. That is an accurate statement, and there is no hyperbole in that. You don't keep that from anybody by saying you're working from home. ICU is not the home unless you're one of those hardworking nurses or doctors that pretty much lives in the ICU as a matter of your living. That's not the case with Austin. He abandoned his post.
Top of the hour news is brought to you by House Products. Visit houseproducts.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Listen to Red Eye Radio wherever you are with the Red Eye Radio app. Available on Android and iPhone. Download it now from the App Store or by visiting us at redeyeradioshow.com.
I don't have to tell you the world is in chaos. So much chaos right here in our own country. Wars, bank failures, and high debt. It's all crippling investors. So what's the best investment to secure your financial future? Gold. Mike Fulgens and his company, Universal Coin and Bullion, have helped investors buy over $1 billion in gold and silver. Gold is a safe haven and a hedge against inflation. You should add the world's oldest currency to your portfolio now. Call Universal Coin and Bullion today at 800-UCB-GOLD. 800-UCB-GOLD. Go online, universalcoin.com/redeye. Universal Coin has given our listeners a special deal on a 1/10 ounce gold American Eagle coin for just $220, or a pure 1 ounce silver American Eagle coin for $27. Live it 3 each. Call 800-UCB-GOLD. Tell them you want the Red Eye deal. 800-UCB-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Caution used truck drivers. This message may cause you to pull over, hop out of your truck, and jump for joy.
Extended Optimum.
It's a new coverage for used Freightliner and Western Star trucks with expired warranty.
Extended Optimum.
An OEM back coverage from the pros who built your truck. It covers exactly what you need. No deductibles, dollar caps, or drama. Claims get paid.
Extended Optimum.
Don't drive another unprotected mile. Contact your Freightliner or Western Star dealer or visit extendedoptimum.com.
If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Fleet Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Written for fleet executives and managers, Fleet Owner gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to once again offer its diabetes prevention program, Driving Down Diabetes. This free CDC-approved year-long program begins January 9th, 2023, with live webinars focusing on nutrition, movement, stress management, sleep, and more. Sponsored by Southern Recipe, this program is for those at risk not already diagnosed with diabetes. Go to truckersfund.org, take the risk assessment located under the Health and Wellness tab, and sign up today.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A dangerous storm is sweeping parts of the nation with severe thunderstorm warnings and 70-mile-an-hour winds just coming in for parts of southeastern Alabama. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
There is a risk for not just tornadoes, but ones that could be strong or violent in nature, ones that could be on the ground for a long period of time, and ones that will be happening all during the cover of darkness.
Parts of the Midwest expecting a foot or more of snow. The concern in the Northeast, torrential rain, along with coastal and river flooding. New developments in the case of the plane door that ripped off an Alaska Airlines flight over Oregon Friday night, landing in the backyard of a high school teacher near Portland. CBS's Jared Hill has an update.
Federal investigators are trying to figure out what happened to the bolts that were supposed to hold the door plug in place.
We have not yet recovered the 4 bolts that restrain it from its vertical movement, and we have not yet determined if they existed there.
The NTSB's Clint Cruikshank's Boeing's 737 MAX line still grounded. Donald Trump is expected to be in court in Washington, D.C. today when his legal team argues an elections interference case should be dismissed. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
Former President Trump's team is going to argue he can't be prosecuted in his 2020 election conspiracy criminal case because he enjoys presidential immunity, that you can't be prosecuted for official acts in office. Special counsel Jack Smith calls that a baseless argument that would give future presidents license to break the law. Either way, it could impact his March 4th trial date.
Secretary of State Blinken is in Israel hoping to prevent the war with Hamas from widening. CBS's Cammie McCormick. Israel continued its intense bombing of Gaza overnight, but has indicated it's entering a new phase of the war. Blinken called it incredibly challenging times, but he's been traveling through the region, meeting with Arab leaders, and hoped to relay their thoughts to Israeli officials on a post-war Gaza. It's nice to be home when you're sick. Now researchers say it may actually help the healing process. Here's CBS's Natalie Brand.
A new study finds that hospital-level care at home is an effective way to treat patients suffering from various issues, including heart failure, pulmonary disease, and cancer. Researchers from Mass General Brigham found low rates of mortality, less use of skilled nursing facilities, and less need for escalation when patients were taken care of at home instead of in the hospital.
Waiting to hear about a mortgage? May have to wait some more. Loan Depot says it's been hit with a cyber attack that's delayed loan processing and phone service. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
If you haven't switched to MediShare yet, 2 big reasons to at least consider it and why it makes so much sense right now. Number one is inflation, which is just affecting everything. It just makes sense to say, okay, where can I actually save? You can save a lot in one fell swoop if you switch to MediShare. The typical family saves $500 a month. Secondly, your conscience. MediShare members aren't forced to pay for things they don't support or believe in. And that's a big deal for a lot of people right now. They want their money to actually help people. And one more reason, you can trust MediShare. It's been the gold standard for healthcare sharing for more than 30 years. It works, and members love it too. It has double the member satisfaction rating compared to health insurance. So now's a great time to consider making the switch, and they are very easy to talk to. Medishare has great customer service. You can call now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. It's 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
The biggest consumer tech show in the world is getting underway in Las Vegas. CES, which used to be known as the Consumer Electronics Show, runs through Friday. This year, artificial intelligence and sustainability take center stage. 130,000 attendees are expected to see the latest in tech from 4,000 exhibitors, including 1,200 startups. That attendance is down almost 25% compared to 2020, just before the pandemic. But it's about 12,000 more compared to last year. Some of the big exhibitors this year include Amazon, Google, and Mercedes-Benz. Wendy Gillette, CBS News. Think twice before you reach for a bottle of water. A new study finds the amount of microplastics floating inside is 10 to 100 times greater than originally believed. 90% small enough to qualify as nanoplastics. They can be absorbed into human cells and tissue and cross the blood-brain barrier. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles. All the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible. So Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union has been your trusted financial partner. And now we're proud to extend that trust further by introducing Guardian Insurance Services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health, and I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. You know, we're over here on that beautiful Alabama River where we cook up fresh seafood for you. We've got an RV park down here. We rent out pontoon boats on these pretty afternoons. We also bringing you some great live entertainment to go with that great food we're cooking down here this Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Starting out 2024 with a killer show. Miss Debbie Bond's back in town. And made Sam Williams down here blowing that old blue saxophone. Check it out.
I'll get it done then.
Our Facebook page. You'll see what's going on.
I'll get it done.
Down here, son. Come hungry, showtime 4 o'clock.
Join Sean Hannity.
I get it done.
3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440. Your WSFA.
I get it done.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Bet Online.
Happy New Year! With pro football playoffs right around the corner and the basketball season in full swing, Bet Online has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head to Bet Online today to stay updated on all the action. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Rain and storms will depart this morning, and by lunchtime, it's all history. We'll have a little bit of sun this afternoon. It stays windy. Wind speeds today 15 to 25, gusting to 30 to 35 miles an hour. Temperatures this afternoon will top out the mid-50s. Much colder tonight. We're down into the lower 30s. It will be a little breezy early tonight, and skies will be mostly clear to partly cloudy. And we'll have a good amount of sunshine Wednesday, low 50s. Thursday, partly cloudy, low 60s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Got a couple of things going on. Please use caution. Highway 143 at Fitzpatrick Road in Elmore. We've got an accident there. North Boulevard at 231 Wetumpka Highway. There's a wreck reported at that location. And a large amount of storm debris. Highway 80 at Highway 97 in Lounsboro. Expect some delay there. You see something else giving you trouble with traffic, safe to contact us. We'll pass the info along. Larry Live Oak has been insuring the River region since 1988, customizing your insurance needs to the perfect plan. Live Oak Insurance, Main Street in Millbrook, 285-2881. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSMA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday.
Took away my blue jeans.
This morning, a number of schools canceled classes or will have a delayed start. Some closures include Kansas City schools and
Standing tall and looking good.
Others holding classes in Macon County.
Like an army ranger would.
Delaying start times, including Ottawa County, Montgomery County, Lee County, and Pike Road schools.
Dress me up.
Barber County school officials have identified a 15-year-old Sunday when someone fired into the car he was sitting in. All city schools will remain closed today. The number of homeless people in Montgomery County more than doubled between 2022 and 2023, and in Montgomery, crews cleared out and relocated multiple homeless encampments. It's all in cooperation with the Mid-Alabama Coalition for the Homeless. I'm Shazin Williams with your Morning Headline.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
How long has your car service life been on? A day, a week, or a month or more? You spend too much money on your car or truck to risk delayed service can cause. And did you know delaying needed service can possibly void your car or truck's warranty? Stop in at our Chico's Auto Pros location in Montgomery on Atlanta Highway and take advantage of our free vehicle inspection at Chico's Auto Pros. We only recommend repairs that are 100% needed. Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonotomy. Sounds pretty insecure, if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonotomy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When Freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day.
Time to rise and shine, people!
Change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not.
Good morning, and good morning again, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine if you can. It's another day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. First thing to say this morning is thank God for still being here, because this day, like all the others, was never promised, but you made it. Good morning. It is time for our daily bread. First of all, let me introduce myself, just in case some of you don't know. I find that hard to believe, but I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Love Beyond Counting. It is January the 9th. Our scripture insight today comes from Jeremiah 31, 1 through 6. Jeremiah 31 and 3 reads, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Let me get that right. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31 and 3. And again, good morning. It is January the 9th. It is a day that has never been. And it is a day that once it's gone, it will never, ever come again. It's a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, January the 9th, 2024, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you've been around a while, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given to the grace, mercy, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do what you can while you can, for as long as you can, and reach back and give somebody else a helping hand. I'm pretty sure they would enjoy that. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. Give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. The Chinese say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever quit. Because quitters never win. And winners may lose a thing or two, because we all do, but they never quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure but a try. Try it. It works every time. Good morning to you. Love beyond counting. And no matter what happens to you this day, remember this. It is a great day to be alive. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. I'm James Banks, and I titled today's reading, Love Beyond Counting. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Those words from Elizabeth Barrett Browning's Sonnets from the Portuguese are among the best-known poetry in the English language. She wrote them to Robert Browning before they were married, and he was so moved that he encouraged her to publish her entire collection of poems. But because the language of the sonnets was very tender, out of a desire for personal privacy, Barrett published them as if they were translations from a Portuguese writer. Sometimes we can feel awkward when we openly express affection for others. But the Bible, by contrast, doesn't hold back on its presentation of God's love. Jeremiah recounted God's affection for his people with these tender words in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 2. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Even though his people had turned from him, God promised to restore them and personally draw them near. I will come to give rest to Israel, he told them. Jesus is the ultimate expression of God's restorative love, giving peace and rest to any who turn to him. From the manger to the cross to the empty tomb, he's the personification of God's desire to call a wayward world to himself. Read the Bible cover to cover, and you'll count the ways of God's love over and over. But eternal as they are, you'll never come to their end. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Jeremiah chapter 31, verses 1 through 6. At that time, declares the Lord, I will be the God of all the families of Israel, and they will be my people. This is what the Lord says. The people who survive the sword will find favor in the wilderness. I will come to give rest to Israel. The Lord appeared to us in the past, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. I will build you up again, and you, virgin Israel, will be rebuilt. Again you will take up your timbrels and go out to dance with the joyful. Again you will plant vineyards on the hills of Samaria. The farmers will plant them and enjoy their fruit. There will be a day when watchmen cry out on the hills of Ephraim, Come, let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. Let's pray together. Abba, Father, thank you for loving us so fully and personally. Help us to love you with our lives today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you for listening today. My name is James Banks, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine. No PT today. No PT. No. Here we go. Time to rise and shine. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. Every day we run to the sun. No sweat. Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Not really. Not really. The meat was well. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Rough and tough. Airborne. Airborne. All the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, airborne, all the way driving on. I know, some of you don't know what that's like. Don't worry about it. I did it for you. Don't even worry. You don't have to do it. All the way driving on, driving on. Early one more. In the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. A green light lead with a cheering blow. All the way airborne, airborne, all the way driving on. Driving on, driving on. All the way. Time to rise and shine, people. Time to get up. Let's go to work. Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. Okay, now if that doesn't wake you up first thing in the morning, then okay, let's just try a little bit of this. Okay, let's try a salute to our armed forces of the United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. And don't forget the Merchant Marines too. You know, the Merchant Marines don't hardly ever get any any praise. But without them, I don't think we would have won World War II, or they would have won World War II. I wasn't there. Glad I wasn't there. It would have been tough fighting two wars, one overseas and one back at home too. We don't even want to go there right now. But a heads off and a high praise for the young soldiers in jail, especially the black ones in World War II, because I mean, let's just tell the truth here now. Y'all kind of did the brothers wrong. But they're so gracious, so sacrificial, that they fought two wars at one time, one overseas and one at home. Sometimes we dishonor that sacrifice that they made. But not here, brother, not here. We praise them all. From the Tuskegee Airmen to the numbers women, we give them all some praise around here, because we all wore the same uniform, although we got treated a little differently. One group got treated a little differently than another. But God knows what we need. So we salute all of you, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard this morning, like we do every morning, for going in harm's way, sometimes to protect people who did not even appreciate it. Funny thing about it, they didn't even know it. We forgive them. And last but certainly not least, their motto is Semper Fidelis. We just cut it short, called it Semper Fi. But it all means the same thing, the United States Marine Corps. Jarheads, good morning to all my Marine friends out there. Got at least two of them. And listen, to the Marine Corps thing over there on Federal Drive, okay, sooner or later I'm going to get in there and talk to y'all, because I'm just telling you, you owe me. You did me wrong in 1970, whatever you know, or 78, 77. One of them years, you stuck it to me. That's okay, though. I feel you. I know you feel. Y'all owe me one. You owe me one. Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and the United States Marines. We need to have a powwow up here one of these days with all the services, and actually who the smartest one is. It always most of the time is the Army guy. I mean, y'all think y'all be thinking that the Air Force guys are so smart. Well, not necessarily. You know, they don't build the machine. Most of them don't make the planes. You know, come on. Yeah, Army guys are pretty smart too. You know, I'm just trying to tell you. I don't know what makes y'all think that we don't. Hey, who is this? I know I don't take no calls this time of morning, but I'll talk. Yeah, I guess with all that rain out there, you know, if you don't have a on the internet on your cell phone this morning, you might not get us. But as soon as the rain slides up, we're gonna be with you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Anyway, if anybody's out there can hear us this morning, we appreciate it. I know it's been raining a lot this morning, and all storming and all that stuff, and windy, and some of that stuff may affect our reception this morning. That's why you gotta have a computer and and a phone and all that stuff, and that way you can get us online. Anyway, hey, is anybody out there? Send me some comment now. Are you having a hard time getting our signal this morning? I need to know this. 241-9998. Just text me and tell me where you are if you can hear I'm trying to figure out in what direction the signal is going this morning. But hey, it's one of those things, I'm here. That's all that matters. Okay, you can go newsradio1440.com and you can catch the show, or you can download our app, News Radio 1440, and you can still get us. Right now, it's just it's a bad weather time, not only here in Alabama but in other places too. So, but me, hey, if it ain't raining, we ain't training. So I was in the car this morning in the rain and in the wet, didn't care. I had a job to do. Had to get here. The mission is not complete until I show up here. Okay, I'm just telling you. So I'm a soldier, always will be. So we believe in getting the mission done, baby. Getting the mission done. Rain, sleet, or snow, the airborne would always go. I'm just telling you, it's just the way it goes. Hey, everybody don't have it. I understand that, but if there's something special about a paratrooper, we don't believe in the word can't or don't. We just believe in getting it done. And like somebody once said on one of my things, we don't stop when we're tired. Stop when we get finished. That's what I'm talking about. It's 6:30 in the morning, right here on News Radio 1440. We'll take a break. We'll come back with lessons of life, and of course, the word of the day, which is going to be interesting today. The lessons of life was, but I'm telling you, I won't believe it, but it's true. I got a word of the day. Let me see if I got a word of the day. Do we have a word of the day? Okay, yeah. We got a word of the day also. Okay. So y'all hang loose. It's raining outside, but my good friends that I got to work with one, they were out there ready to go, baby. So good. Ready to tackle the wind, the rain, the criminal element. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all still sleeping right now. Y'all might get a knock on the door. Woo! We'll be back right after this. Good morning to you. And we'll be back.
Weather forecast. News Radio 1440. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440. A handful of these sports players have reached the highest level, but there's one who stands above this. The awards announced Baker as 2023 Best Youth Sports Athlete, and there was truly no better candidate. Baker has spent his last decade
Number 8449.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains and protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's future investing. An indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Saying money don't feel on something that I'll take. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
Is your company a hassle? Can't get through a workday without paying? Can't go shopping without one of the I'm Dr. Brian, a board certified pharmacist with special health training and endoscopic procedures for illness. Most diagnostic procedures can be performed right in the office, saving you the time and trouble of going from place to place. Don't run around trying to fix your teeth. Call me at 265-7555. That's 265-7555. Serving Montgomery, Greenville, and surrounding areas for over a decade. Follow us on Facebook or visit us on the web at www.greenvillefootcare.com. With doctors' profiles, directions to the office, hours of operation, and new patient paperwork on just a click away. You can also find useful information on common conditions and services that we provide. I'm Dr. Brian Kelly with Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet, start here.
This presentation is made as a quality of services to be performed or asked to the expertise of pharmacists performing such services.
When you need a car doctor for your car truck, who are you going to call? Call the certified auto tech at Chico's Auto Place in Montgomery. That which uses brakes, tires, hoses, and like air conditioning, or just need routine maintenance, Chico's Auto Place. Quality service, free vehicle inspection, and where we only recommend work that is absolutely needed. Chico's Auto Place. Friends recommend friends for auto repair. Chico's Auto Place. Better price, better experience, guaranteed.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Before we get back to anything, let's have a serious conversation for a second here. That is serious talk. And it's about a killer, and its name, of course, is fentanyl. Now, you may not know it, but more than 1,400 Alabamians died in 2021 from drug overdoses. It's time to have a conversation about substance abuse. Hope is real. Recovery is also real. So if you are a family member or a friend of suffering from substance use disorder, please call the Council on Substance Abuse or go to COSA, nca.dd.org, and get some help. Okay. Again, if you are a friend or a family member of suffering from substance use disorder, call the Council on Substance Abuse or COSA now. 334-262-1629, 334-262-1629. Okay, give them a call, and they will help you all as much as we can. That is COSA, 334-262-1629, and get the help you need. Good morning. Now, let me see what we got to talk about today. Okay, the lesson for life. We've got the lesson for life, and we have the word of the day. It's always interesting with the word of the day because I have to do some exhaustive work and investigation to make sure that I get a word that you guys can fully understand. And so last night was no exception. As I sat there into the wee hours of the night, I said to myself, give me a word that will captivate them, a word that will make them think as though they are the Herculean of words. Okay, and of course, I came up with a good word. Okay, now this is a word that a lot of us need to pay attention to, because some of us, like myself, I ain't gonna lie to you, go shooting off, okay, to the rescue, trying to figure out where to pour the cream and we don't even have the coffee. Okay, we don't even have the coffee, and we were in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what word am I talking about? Well, the word is spelled CIRCUMSPECT. Okay, again, CIRCUMSPECT. Now, how is that word pronounced? Let me spell it one more time. CIRCUMSPECT. Now, the word is pronounced circumspect. Now, you've heard that word amongst intellectuals because, you know, they like to use words that they think we don't know the meaning to, so they'll sit there and try to talk above our head when they're making themselves look like idiots. Most of us know all the words, you know. We got Google now. We just go there and look it up. Okay. We may not remember it more than 8 minutes, but we don't look it up. At least for that 8 minutes there, we'll understand what the word is. So circumspect, what does that mean? It is a practice that most of us should use more often. So what does circumspect mean? It means to be careful, to consider all of the circumstances and the risk before doing or saying something. So if the boss looks at you and says, now you might want to be a little circumspect about what you're about to say, okay, before you say it. Because one or two things going to happen. Either you'll leave this office with a job, or you'll leave this office unemployed. So I'm just saying, or if he's 6'3" and you 5'6", you might want to be a little circumspect about how you talk to the brother. I'm just saying you might want to, be considerate of all circumstances and risk before doing or saying something. So the word of the day is circumspect. That is a word that we all need to carry in our pocket sometimes, depending on where we are and how big they are. I'm just saying, I know something about that one. Good morning to you. The lesson of life today is this one. And you may not believe this, but it's absolutely true. Human beings are the only species on God's earth, the only one that can change their life by changing their attitude about life. Don't believe it? Don't believe it? Try it and see. Human beings are the only species on Earth that can change their life by changing their attitude about life. If you don't believe me, all I tell you is try it. It works every time it's tried. Okay? Change your attitude, you will change your life. Did I say it's going to be easy? No, no, it isn't. Did I say because the minute you change your life, the whole world just there'll be roads popping up all around you and things, just work out for it? I just say that either. Well, I'm telling you, it is a main ingredient in life-changing things is to change your thought about life, change your thinking about life. Okay, and ask for some help every once in a while. You don't know everything. What's your name, Kevin Elkins? Sorry. We don't know everything. There are people. There are 7.8 billion people in the world. Trust me, somebody has been through what you have been through. So remember that humans are the only species on the earth that can change their life by changing their attitude about life. And if you don't believe me, please try it one time, and you'll find out life in a different place. Good morning to you. It is January the 9th, and it's the 9th day of 2024. It was on this day, in 1861, that Mississippi became the second state to secede from the Union. The same day, the Star of the West, a merchant vessel bringing reinforcements and supplies to federal troops in Fort Sumter, South Carolina, retreated because of artillery fire. In 1788, Connecticut became the fifth state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. I'm still trying to figure out how they got the borderline back in those days. We didn't have no satellite like that. So I don't know. In 1908, French philosopher and feminist Simone de Beauvoir was born in Paris in 1908. In 1913, Richard Milhouse Nixon, the 37th president of the United States, was born in Yorba, California, California, IA. In 1914, the county of Los Angeles opened its country's first public defender's office. Okay. In 1916, World War I, the Battle of Gallipoli, ended 8 months with an Ottoman Empire victory as Allied forces withdrew. 1931, Bobby Trout and Edna May Cooper broke an endurance record for female aviators as they returned to mine school in Los Angeles after flying a Curtiss Robin monoplane continuously for 122 hours and 50 minutes. I sure hope they let some people trying to do it. 22 hours, you got to go. I'm going to go from there. 1945, during World War II, American forces began landing in the shores of the Gulf of the Philippines. As the Battle of Luzon got underway, resulting in an Allied victory over Imperial Japanese forces. In 1958, President Dwight David Eisenhower, in his State of the Union address to Congress, warned of the threat of communist imperialism. 1972, reclusive billionaire Howard Hughes, speaking by telephone from the Bahamas to reporters from Hollywood, said a purported autobiography of him by Clifford Irving was a fake. 1987, the White House released the January 1986 memorandum prepared for President Ronald Reagan by Lieutenant Colonel Oliver L. North, showing a link between U.S. armed sales to Iran and the release of American hostages in Lebanon. And I don't understand why there is so much crazy about this. Yeah, I'm president of the United States. I'll do whatever it takes to get American citizens. And that means giving to Reagan gun, we give to Reagan gun, we're going to get about there. Yeah, one American life is worth, okay, one American life is worth, the amount of money is incalculable. Okay, so I'm with Ronald Reagan, whether he did it or not. I don't know, I'm good. All right, 1997, a Com Air commuter plane crashed 18 miles short of the Detroit Metropolitan Airport, killing all 29 aboard. That's the one I got a parachute. I'm good. If I'm on an airplane, somebody gave me a seat. That's all I'm saying. In 2001, Linda Chavez was doing her bid to be president of TV president-elect George W. Bush's Secretary of Labor because of controversy over an immigrant in the U.S. illegally who wants to live with her. We put in for the job. We don't have illegal immigrants. Hell, everybody's pretty common. Don't worry about it. Just finish that application. 15 years ago, Illinois House voted 114 to 1 to impeach Governor Ron DeSantis. Yeah, and I want to see Americans that can actually get out there. I don't want to see them that who defiantly insisted again that he had committed no crime. The Illinois Senate unanimously voted to remove him from office. 20 days later, President-elect Barack Hussein Obama announced that he had picked retired Admiral Dennis Blair to be the National Intelligence Director and Leon Panetta to lead the CIA. A Saudi supertanker, the Sirius Star, and its crew of 25 were released at the end of a 2-month standoff in the Gulf of Aden after pirates who reportedly were paid $3 million in ransom. 5 pirates were said to be drowned with their share of the money when the boat overturned. Okay, then. $3 million is kind of heavy. I'm just saying, I might want to have a bigger boat or something. 10 years ago, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie fired one of his top aides, Deputy Chief of Staff Bridget Ann Kelly, and apologized repeatedly for his staff's stupid behavior, insisting during a news conference that he had no idea anyone around him had engineered a traffic jam as part of a political vendetta. Happened against a Democratic mayor. A chemical plant spilled in West Virginia, Elk River, matter of fact, contaminated the water supply in Charleston, forcing more than 300,000 water customers in 9 counties to stop using tap water. Activist Florida player Baraka, 79 years old, died in the hospital in New York. Over 6 years ago, like we got today, downpours set mud and boulders rolling down Southern California hillsides that had been stripped of vegetation by gigantic wildfire. More than 20 people have died and hundreds of homes were damaged or destroyed. Breitbart News Network announced that Steve Bannon was stepping down as chairman after the Republican break with Donald Trump. Former Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio announced that he would run for the Senate, being vacated by fellow Republican Jeff Flake. Arpaio had been spared a possible jail sentence when Trump pardoned him. Right on, I'm good. I like Arpaio for disobeying the judge. Sometimes you got to disobey the judge. Yeah. Arpaio finished third in the August primary won by Representative Martha McCallum. So, okay. I'm not saying it's lower. Yeah. Every once in a while, anyway, bad weather today. It's coming out there, say by 12 o'clock. The weather should be a little bit different. But leave home about 10 minutes early today. Go about 10 miles slower than you normally go, and you'll find that your ride this morning should be okay. And you ought to be all right. And I'm going to find the rest of my stuff I talked about today. I don't know where it went. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Right there. There we go. Okay. What are we celebrating today? It is Tuesday, January 9th. We are celebrating Balloon Ascension Day. I don't know what that's all about, but if you got some balloons, it's so be it. National Apricot Day. Okay, that's the thing. National Austin Day. Your name happens to be Austin. We celebrate you this day. And also National Carter Day. So if your name happens to be Carter, we celebrate you today. Now we got National Faith Day. We all have faith every day. National Law Enforcement Day, which should be every day. National Shop for Travel Day. I got to go on a plane. I'm not going. I'm also not getting on a cruise ship. I'm going to get on a cruise ship. If I can't get off of it when I'm ready to go, I'm not getting on it. I had a hard time getting on the Harriet too. One time I got on the Harriet too, flew out there in the water, but I was ready to go about 10 minutes after it took off. But I couldn't get off. I couldn't. A little bit, but not enough to get up there. So I had to roll with the Harriet too when it first came out. And that's what happens if you when you get it up and you get too fast. Yeah. I had to go check it out, and actually I enjoyed the ride. But I kept all that water. My brother don't swim that much. I'm to swim probably for about 3-4 minutes. And after that, if the shore is not near, I'm history. I'm just saying, I'll be trying to float sometimes, but it don't, it work. I'm trying to float. But that's an army. They told me to put my pants together some kind of way and roll them up, and I put, okay, that's a 700 certainly command, so I picked it up. Let's try to pants together, get some air in them, and you understand that he forgot I was a black man, and I wasn't no floating. Okay, only time I was floating when I was gone. So he reached into the river in Galabro. That's why I have a special place in my heart to white guy. Okay, because one saved me from drowning. I'm not mad at anybody. I was sitting there splashing the water. It's over. It's over. Somebody get me. Somebody get me. I said, listen, I got a hard time in the bathtub. But anyway, never mind. It was just a quick memory. National Word Nerd Day. That's probably me because I'm a word master, and but don't ever, okay, challenge me in words because I work with them. I mean, I can spell them, but I know what they mean. Okay. All right. What else? Animals Martyrs Day. Okay, good for them. Poetry at Work Day. We can use some of that. We can use some nice poetry. If your poetry is really good, I'll read it on the air, and I won't mess it up or anything like that. You can always send it to me through email. Kevin.Elkins@cumulus.com. That's the okay. Let me see. Static Electricity Day. Okay, that's nothing wrong with having some static electricity. Okay, I'm good. Yesterday I had the opportunity to talk to my city council person last night. I talked to Ms. Beard, who's out there doing an outstanding job, taking the calls, and I hope you don't get tired of it after we call her all the time. And just get a second phone, Ms. Julie. Just get a second phone and let it ring. As long as we can leave a voicemail, we good. Yeah, as long as we can have a voicemail, we all right. Yeah, so how many women we got on? Okay, we got 3 women on the city council. And last night I had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Andrew Szymanski. Talked to him for a couple minutes. So haven't talked to her one day in a while. Haven't talked to Mr. Grimes in a while. But I think that we really put me in the other city council. I don't know. We'll figure out. We'll figure out what city council. So I'm either in Ms. Beard's arm and the other one. What is her name? I can't think. The other black lady. What's this? Yeah. I mean, she put me on the board too. Clean City Commission. We're just trying to figure out. Me and the Clean City Commission will have to have we need to get some. We need to get some things together here, some shades together here, so we can make things. And let's Mr. Groves, hello, who's chairman of the Clean City Commission. Listen, I think we ought to give the biggest reward to people who can snap people, throwing garbage around the city on their cell phone and send it into it. Okay, and we pick out who wins. I'm just saying. I think if somebody knows that there's somebody out there that is taking pictures while they're throwing their trash out, okay, I'm just thinking maybe we could stop. Because the other day I'm sitting in the parking lot and I saw somebody throwing trash on the ground. Now, me being the former guy, remember the 82nd Airborne and all, I got out the car. And I threatened to whoop his ever loving butt if he didn't pick it up. That's right, and I'm in it. That's right. 8 years old throwing trash on the ground. Anyway, we'll be back. Uno momento. Have a great one.
The Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 FM.
Massive winter storm is heading from Midwest to South and up to the north. Odyssey meteorologist Kevin Elkins, snowfall.
That is continuing across the mid and northern plain. It's moving on up into the upper Mississippi Valley, upper Midwest, and into the Great Lakes tonight. Blizzard conditions in some cases because of the very, very heavy snow and the strong gusts and winds.
But hailstorms, flooding, and tornado threats in Texas and Louisiana, and people in parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut could get up to 5 inches of rain today. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Jerusalem, where he's pushing Israeli leaders to ease up on fighting in Gaza and consider a post-war bridging for the territory. Security officials in Lebanon say an Israeli drone strike hit a car near the southern border today, killing 3 people. The Pentagon's begun a formal review into the notification process after Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's hush-hush hospitalization. Correspondent Cammie McCormick reports. The Biden administration is pledging to look into the rules and procedures for this sort of thing. In the meantime, Austin is out of intensive care but remains hospitalized, and it isn't clear for how long or exactly why. The Pentagon will say he is recovering well. The Pentagon review will be conducted by Austin's front office. But some of those staff members are among those who did not disclose his hospitalization. There's new information about that piece of fuselage that flew off an Alaska Airlines flight after it took off from Portland, Oregon Friday night. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
CBS News has learned United has found loose bolts on at least 5 of its grounded airliners, with more inspections yet to come. Alaska Airlines is also now finding what it calls loose hardware on some of its MAX
fleet is still grounded. Dog meat is off the menu in South Korea. Reporter Alex Jensen is in Seoul.
A centuries-old custom that's lost popularity across much of the country, particularly among younger generations, will be punishable by up to 3 years in prison after a 3-year grace period. That means no breeding, slaughtering, or selling dog meat.
Michigan plans a happy bunch after the Wolverines beat the Huskies 34-13. Take the college football title.
It feels amazing. I've been fishing for my whole life. Undescribable. You gotta hear this experience, really.
It's Michigan's first championship win in more than 25 years. This is CBS.
All your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. If you haven't switched to Medishare, you have 2 big reasons to at least consider it. And that makes so much sense right now. Everything. It just makes sense to say, okay, let's actually save. You can save a lot in one fell swoop if you switch to Medishare. It only saves $500 a month. Secondly, conscience. Medishare members aren't forced to pay for things that you can afford to be doing. That's a big deal for a lot of people right now. They need to actually help people. And one more reason, you trust Medishare. It's been the gold standard for healthcare sharing for more than 30 years. It works. The members love it too. It has double the member satisfaction rating compared to health insurance. So now's a great time to consider making the switch, and they are very easy to talk to. Medishare has great customer service. You can call them now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. It's 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
A golf race wound down a lucrative partnership with an athletic wear company. CBS's Matt Piper.
Tiger won the Nike first quarter up nearly 28 years ago. It was a $40 million deal then, but the deals got larger as his wins and brand became larger. Nike says it was a hell of a round. On social media, Woods writes there will certainly be another chapter. No matter what that is, but his agent tells the Associated Press to expect an exciting announcement related to a new deal at the Los Angeles Genesis Invitational next month.
Netflix movie star has been seriously injured at Gaza. Family says 55-year-old Israeli singer Ethan Abedi, who joined season 2 of Saga, was airlifted to Sheba Medical Center after he was hit with shrapnel. The show's creators call him a real hero who put everything aside with the IDF's combat engineering group. He is expected to recover. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
You are everything, and everything. And we are back. The year had not gotten here, hadn't been a week into the new year, and another person died in Alabama's prisons. A man by the name of Adam Bond. The family raised concerns about the beating in an Alabama prison. He dies at a St. Clair prison. I mean, honestly, there's just something wrong with our system here. Adam Brown, whose family sounded their alarms about his being assaulted in an Alabama prison, and the difficulty in getting information about his condition, had died at St. Clair Correctional Facility, the Alabama Department of Corrections said. Inmate Captain Adam Bond was discovered unresponsive in his cell. Staff immediately began life. Yeah, they do that after you're already gone. Measures. The ADOC said that in an email Thursday he was then transferred to the health care unit their life-saving measures continued, but were unsuccessful. Bond was pronounced deceased by the attending physician. You know, I mean, yeah, it is so sad about the issues of our children. They're only people that because these things will get fine. I'm not this sentimental person who thinks that all people in jail don't belong there. Hell, there are a lot of people that belong there. We got some out here that still belong there. But once you get you are deserving of some sort of custodial protection, some sort of custodial protection by the state of Alabama. And I don't know when our legislators who like Senator Barker from pretty much they kind of like use it as lips on a pig because all we ever hear is what they can't do. Is there any legislative body out there? Is there any legislator, one who's willing to put his career on the line or something to make something change in the Alabama Department of Corrections? And if that means lock yourself to the government door and go to jail for it, we'll think about it. I'll collect about it. Because something's wrong. I mean, something is certainly wrong with what's going on in the Alabama Department of Corrections. And I'm just so tired of hearing legislation coming from the House to the state Senate. Well, there's not, we're just one person. Well, again, every problem, every start to every solution started with one person. And kind of like the city council. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, well, it's 5 to 4. Well, that means you only got to change one person's mind either way. It just can't get over that. I mean, Alvin Holmes, he may not got a lot of legislation passed, but we sure know who he is. Because he didn't mind do whatever he had to do to bring attention to a problem. Where are those type of legislators at? You know, we're bringing some people down to jail to go to jail. We're going to hold it against you. In fact, we will probably congratulate you and give you a ceremony. But something in this prison system, aren't we tired of playing? I haven't heard. Now, I don't live in other states, so, and if they got the same problem we got in Montgomery, Alabama, then I'm, yeah, here's something else. You know, this problem is with the police department. You know, we were talking about when the letter that came out said that people have been knowing about this since October. I mean, so this is not anything new. This is stuff, and we're not dealing with. We don't get to know anything. You know, they've had a problem down there since October. Well, they had a problem longer than that, but a lot of things happen in October at our police department, and it seems like there's a vote of no confidence in leadership down there. I don't know the folks. I've had opportunity to talk to the chief, but you know, it's kind of like being in the Army. If the CEO and the first sergeant can't get it done, we get rid of the CEO and the first sergeant. We bring in somebody else and get it done. Anyway, so policemen are scared to do their job because they've been written up by the head shed. We call it the head shed, means headquarters. You know, but there's so many things going on in Montgomery and in the whole state of Alabama, and there doesn't seem to be that one lone voice that's on top of the mountain screaming to his lungs out that something's wrong. And until we acknowledge that there's something wrong, we're not going to get a solution to it. You know, again, I've talked to a few councilmen members in the last couple of days. They didn't. Most of them said they didn't know what's going on either. Which is another problem I have because if you're the city council and you're the legislative body and you have the power to investigate things in that city, any department in the city, or just saying to me that they be doing some investigations. So anyway, do we have any fearless politicians anymore that think that my knowing what's going on in our city and our country is important? I don't know. There aren't any more Alvin Holmes, people who just raise hell sometimes just to bring attention to a particular problem. This doesn't seem, and nobody saying there's no state legislators, I guess, or no state senate. Nobody wants to raise hell about
publicly about. There's been no press conferences by our state senator. There's been none by Hatcher. There's been, as a matter of fact, there's been none by Barfoot. And he was up here the other day, bless his soul, he was up here the other day, but all I heard from him was that ain't a whole lot I can do. Okay then. So there's nothing you guys can do. Why are we paying you $6,000? You can do one thing, and listen, I got to tell you something. If we got any state senator that cannot get an audience, okay, that cannot get an audience with the governor, then this is not the democracy. Excuse me, this is not the representative government that we thought. You know, I mean, if you're a state senator, I can understand the House maybe, because there's a lot more people down there. But a state senator ought to be able to call up the governor and say, hey, we need to sit down and we need to talk. You know. So I don't know, but it seems like to me though, nobody can get an audience with it. Okay, so I don't know. So who the hell are they representing? The lottery thing. If the majority of people in the state of Alabama want it, why don't we have it? I don't know. Well, you know, again, if you represent the people of Alabama, the people of Montgomery, then why don't we have that which we want? Okay, by the process that has been set forth to get these things, such as legislation and things of that nature. So I don't really. So do we really live in a representative republic anymore? Or are we all ran by a few folks down calling themselves senators and members of the House? I mean, is that how this all goes? Anybody seen Kenyatta lately? Anybody seen Christina Morris or McClammy? I mean, anybody? Have you heard anything from them? You know, I mean, in a big way. I don't know. Anybody? My good friend out there, Sweet Creek. What's his name? That's my buddy. But anyway, so why are we paying people all this money if all we ever get from them is that there's nothing can do? Hey, good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
Couple things, Kevin. That guy that stands up on the top of the mountain yelling out, he can't get arrested. They don't fix that. And, you know, I was thinking when I was listening to you about your program that you have a woman over on Wednesdays. How you doing on there? When I first met you, I heard you on the radio.
I'm at work. What you got?
Butler by phone. I said, this guy, he sounds pretty interesting.
Okay.
And we ended up working together up on Madison Avenue in talk radio. I go.
Yeah.
We started something like that way back then. But it's almost like you were saying about the lottery. You know, until we get some rules, let's call it rules, not laws, on our behavior as public officials that are enforceable, where we can remove them, we don't really need two parties. That doesn't work anymore. So, we need an electronic way to allow us to decide. And I ran for the Senate on that, like in 02. And I have the design, I have the whole paper, because I actually own a website called Let 'em Vote. And I've been looking for someone to build it with city council, at all levels of state government. You can go there and say how you feel. And we have a consensus, just like you were saying yesterday, with taking those letters to the media. Well, you know, the program is not going to work if you don't have some support from sitting all the things that you're going to get the office below. But that's the reality. We're not going to have a vote on that lottery. You can take me to it until the guy until yelling this. That's what happens. They need to regulate that stuff. And you will sit there and say, if they want it, let them have it. Well, you know, what if they want to put up against slavery? What if they want to start aborting babies?
They're already doing those things. They're already aborting babies.
Everybody is not the same. But there is a consensus out there. That consensus sometimes is very what people out here. There are
one way or another, we're going to be the nation because of their discretionary way of life or our freedom. So they come here. So the people that woke up and ran up out of there, ran out before the war too, just like the 9-year-olds in Vietnam, the ones in Afghanistan, people that aligned themselves with us. But we don't have this law in this country anymore. No. And that's where you should take your program and start it right there. And I'm with you. You know, I'm willing to have, I got it. I'll go forward. And the free capital, the everybody is that. Like in 1991, yeah. It would. Yeah. That's getting, that's a good cause. It's 7:30 in the morning. Just that you got to do it by. Well, it's 7:30. You got 10 minutes by which still rise. Good morning. Yes. You're on the air. You're on the new look. At that age? Okay. At that age? I think, and I agree with you. I think that America is scared of real men. Testosterone, all the way from the flow up to the toes up. We are scared of real men. And we've been feminized. Our boys are being feminized in school and given IEPs rather than work harder and smarter. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah. Get that testosterone level up. Yeah, I guess proud of it. Yeah, yeah. Our son get some testosterone pills or something. Can we please have some men? Even strong women don't like a weak ass man. Okay, I'm just telling you, we got to do something. Also, one more text here. You need to walk in a correction officer's footsteps for one day. These inmates aren't nice little babies in there. That's why they are there. Now, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe we should put real men as prison guards and not little bitty women. Although some of those women do a good job, I ain't mad at them. But it takes a man to deal with a man. And this experimentation that women can do everything men can do has been a complete failure when it comes to group strength and control. A woman can't do it. So maybe we ought to think about that. We used to have those kind of specifications if you be a guard or a police officer or anything like that. And now we just taking disabled everybody else and want to make them prison guards and then complain against them. We know they're not nice guys. That's not it. You think Cordell Walker would have to deal with all that? No. Cordell Walker will whoop somebody's butt.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay then. Now, do I need to go put in those jobs at the Department of Corrections and show you how it's done? Okay. I'm just saying. I will now. Somebody give me that picture. Give me that.
If you're running around on under or over until it's tired, it's not talking to most people.
The news time of day, anywhere you want. I listen. Radio is going to take you on your Alexa. And Alexa, news right. 1440.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, the community is produced by yes, Europe. Really good one option. All that knows that how to deal with that. Not whatever it is. Not going to be drugs free solution is helping do better and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA FSA eligible. So Navage is free from before the stop. Don't wait a minute. Why Navage today is nothing. Knowing what you can report is the use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Navage. N-E-A-G-E. Who knows? Good morning, Alabama.
Today's
On Amazon, your items come to your door in a day or two. With just a simple phrase to your Alexa smart speaker, your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
And we are back. One more thing before I go back to the telephone. Last night I was browsing the Facebook, or like Joey called it, the Book of Faces, and I saw an article by Young, and I'm not going to call the guy's name out because I'm not going to do to him what he's trying to do to a local business. But I will say one thing: unless you have ran a business, unless you know all the ins and outs of running a business, I would suggest that before you try to ruin people's, I would suggest that before you try to ruin a local business in this town, why don't you talk to the people rather than getting all on Facebook saying derogatory things? Unlike, you see, I'm not going to dog you out this morning. I got you got your name and everything on Facebook, and we know who you are. But I'm not going to call you out this morning. But I do believe if you guys have a problem with a local business, go talk to the owner, the manager, or whatever the case may be. You don't know if that person has just lost their mom, their dad, their kids. You don't know what's going on in their life. And sometimes, and maybe you shouldn't come to work if things are tough on you. If you had an emotional trauma, but sometimes you can't help but come to work because you got to pay the bill. And so I think get on Facebook and down a local business. Shame on you. Okay? I'm not going to do that to you this morning. I'm not going to. All I have to do is speak your name over these airwaves, and somebody knows who you are. So I'm not going to give you that kind of popularity. But it does bother me. I've had 3 shops in the city of Montgomery, and the biggest impediment to my business at the time were folks who look like me. And I just find it interesting. You've never owned a business. You've never wrote a check to anybody else. You've never had to pay somebody, even though you didn't get paid because they worked for you. You had to do that. You spent your whole life signing the check over so you can cash it rather than signing on the front to make it worthwhile. So I'm just saying, I think that before we go on people, I think you owe that business an apology. And in the days forthcoming, I think if I don't see one on Facebook, I'm just going to dog you. Okay, you need to go online, the same place where you tried to damage a business, a local business who's been around here for a long time. I think that we're going to give you a couple of days so you get that apology straight on Facebook because you don't know. Talk to people. You go into a business, and things are not the way you want those things. Talk to the people in charge. Some of them don't even know that something's wrong. Yeah, again, somebody dies on you. You come to work, you're not feeling too good. You got to be there because you got to pay the bill. But your heart been broken. You don't know what happened to these people. All I can say is everybody, because if God gave us what we deserve, I think, I wouldn't be here this morning. So talk to people, talk to the local businesses. If you have a problem, okay, and don't go on Facebook. At least give them an opportunity to rectify the issue before you go all on Facebook talk about people's business. Okay, that's one thing I never do. Okay, I'll go talk to the people, but now if I do it for a couple of months and you still treat me like trash, then that's something else. But I think you owe, and somebody's going to tell you who you are. I think you owe that business in the body. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do. That's right. Force, I believe it's Air Force. I think it's a 4-star. It's a 4-star general though. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. We did. Sure. Sure. Well, but now, let's be honest with that, because Frederick, well, when Frederick Douglass explained that one. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now listen, I don't think we ought to own dogs. I got you. But some human beings, are a little difficult to deal with. Yeah. 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 Well, brother, do you, hold on, give me a second. Do you believe that we do practice political incarcerations in this country? Do you believe that? Who's your peers? He ain't been convicted though. But he hasn't been convicted. Who you talking about? What prison? Listen, just because you went to jail don't mean you did it. Ask Brian Stevenson. Yeah, okay. Okay. But you didn't answer my question though. You didn't answer my, do you believe that there are people who are persecuted because of their political views in this country? But you do believe we have some. Okay. Just because you're convicted don't mean you did it. A lot of people ask Brian Stevenson about people in prison. Let me answer something. If only one of them was you, it'd make a difference. Okay. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden don't even know he's president. Yeah, I heard. Yeah. 7:39 in the morning. Let me take one more call. Then I go to my last break. Good morning. Yes. Morning. No, I didn't understand. No, we were talking about the guy. We were just talking about it on the fifth. There's an article where another young man who got killed this year already in the prison. And the year even 10 days old yet. So, you know. But not that I know of. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. Well, I don't know about that part, but well, I think we get the job locally, then they care. We're not doing it. Where we're not doing it, I hear you, and that's because something's amiss. We do. Listen, they ought to pay guard a guard in the prison. Prison, I got to take a break. A guard in the prison ought to be no less than 6 feet. I'm just saying, no less than 6 feet. I just say women 5'5", 5'1". It's crazy. You can't handle a man. Especially when they get lift all them weights. Come on now. It is what it is. It's a, I mean, it is what it is, but we don't want to have the truth anymore. We want to be politically correct. We'll be back. I didn't say women are not handling it the best they can. But an average woman cannot handle a man, even if they were the same height. I'm just saying. Let's say it was Cordell Walker Jr. We'll be back.
Sponsored by Bet Online. Happy New Year. Rain and storms will depart this morning, and by lunchtime, it's all history. We'll have a little bit of sun this afternoon. It stays windy, winds slow 15 to 25, gusting 35 miles an hour. Temperatures this afternoon, it's top out in the mid-50s. Much colder tonight, we're down into the lower 30s. It will be a little breezy early tonight, and the skies will be cloudy. Then we'll have a good amount of sunshine Wednesday, mid-50s. Thursday, partly cloudy, low 60s. I'm meteorologist Tyler.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Number one thing we hear guys say is, God help us. This time of really amazing. On my team right now, and let me treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist, LifeLock is the new year communication and save 25% off. Call LifeLock.com or go to play and save 25%. That's LifeLock.com, promo code.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carrier across the country. Same thing with the half the cost.
Need to put some Hennessy in here.
The same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. Freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of consumer cellular single line 5 gigabyte data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon in May 2023.
My name is Tom Thornton.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live united.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
United Way is how we can serve, because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
We want to thank you if we get at the clinic. I feel we're doing the right thing with our retirement too. Tom and Cindy Thornton, we volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Yeah, volunteer. Living on it. Go to livingonit.org. Brought to you by United Way.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. Today we received a handwritten note which they delivered by mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. In today's high-tech, low-tech world, it's refreshing to a thoughtful handwritten note on some rock. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at BeKindnessRevolution.com.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Alexa smart speakers are great because you don't have to turn a dial or push a button to listen to News Radio 1440. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
I'm on it.
You're good to go.
One more swing there. Oh yeah. Woo. Bought me some of that pink lemonade later. This stuff tastes good sometimes, but you can't get used to it. Woo. Yeah, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine this morning at 7:50 in the morning. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning.
Well, just to follow up on the last points about putting it under the federal system, I think it's a good idea. When Senator Biden wrote the bill that got $9 billion to build prisons and 100,000 police officers to lock them up and put them in there. So why couldn't they write the Safe Prisons Act and say spend half that money that they use to build a prison, make them safe?
Well, listen, I don't disagree with you. Our problem, it seems, is efficiency. And, you know, there's some dynamic here that we're missing. And I still say you can't put little bitty women in a prison or little bitty men in a prison and think they're going to run things when we don't have enough. We don't have enough anyway. And so why do we do that? I mean, I think the proliferation of all these guys getting killed in prison correlates right back to we lowered the standards to be a prison guard. I guess something's wrong with that. I won't go out there at 5'7" and go out there and try to be a prison guard, but a 5'7" man would be a hell of a lot stronger than a 5'7" woman. At least a woman that was born a woman, we'll put it that way. Okay, and see, right now that right there, there's no reason in the world that should have happened if we had the correct supervision. And they don't. They don't. Well, that's a shame, and we care more about dogs than we do people because you can't treat. If 6 dogs died at the pound down here on Congressman Dickerson, they probably talk about shutting them down. Yeah. Don't you think? Okay, don't you think that needs to be incentive to get out early? I mean, unless you killed somebody, other than that, why do we keep people in jail if they ain't killed anybody? Why do we keep them why do we keep people in jail that long anyway? Yeah. Yeah. I- Okay, wait, right. Nothing's perfect, but I think we can do a better job than what we're doing. Gotta put some men in there though. Can't get them little bitty women out of there. Put some men in there and train them like Cordell Walker, and I guarantee we can handle this. Do you know who Cordell Walker is? No. Good morning on there. Yes, I am. Yeah, I am.
If you was a teacher, Mr. Elkins, if you was a teacher, you had like 15 or 20 students in the class, 5 of them jumped on one student. How do you handle that?
You take every last one of those fives and you put them out of school, send them home to their dumb parents. You don't let them back into any public school. Right. 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 Wait a minute. I was one of them. Wait a minute. I was one of them that get the hell beat out of me. So I understand. Then here's what we need to do. Here's what we need to do. I got it. I got it. Yeah, but I got it. I got it. Here's what we need to do. We'll take some of those prisoners that pump in that iron and make them prison guards. It could work that way. It could. No, it could be that way. You put them on a program where they get their time cut. And then we got to do it. We have to do what we got to do. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's because you're a wuss. You know, you're a wuss. Okay, well, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Why is it? Wait a minute. Why is it that why is it that Cordell Walker can handle all of that? And he okay. I gotta go. If we put Cordell Walker in the prison, one man, matter of fact, the prisoners, once they heard he was coming, they would straighten the whole thing up. So I'm gonna find me a Cordell Walker and put him in prison. Okay? I'll be back. Nobody know who Cordell Walker is. All them folks.
Marble County school officials have identified a 15-year-old saved by years old. Sunday, and someone fired it for calling his city man. The number of homeless people in Montgomery County more than doubled from 2022 to 2023. As Morgan,
News Radio 1440 WLWIAM, the home of Sean Hannity, also on Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Schools and public offices are closed in parts of the nation's midsection today, where a sprawling storm dumped more than half a foot of snow and created whiteout conditions. Heavy rain has flooded out parts of Alabama. Dave Malkoff reports from Mobile.
Severe storms shook towns across the Gulf States. Violent winds slammed Moss Point, Mississippi. Flooding rains covered roads north New Orleans.
The clouds were solid black, and it was like they just set down on us.
Parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut could get up to 5 inches of rain today. There's more dire news about climate change. Here's CBS's Kathy McCormick. European scientists say last year was the hottest on record for the planet by a substantial margin. Since June, every month has been the world's hottest. And these records are bringing the world close to breaching key international climate targets. Some of it is due to El Nino, but it's occurring faster than usual and resulting in more heat waves, wildfires, and drought. Former President Trump heads to court in Washington, D.C. today, where a federal appeals court will consider whether he's immune from criminal prosecution for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election results. Correspondent Scott McFarlane is outside the courthouse.
Trump's going to ask for this case to be dismissed, saying he can't be prosecuted for election conspiracy because the alleged acts happened when he was the sitting president doing official business. Jack Smith has called that a baseless argument. He says presidential immunity would give future presidents the right to take bribes or order the National Guard to murder his most vocal critics.
Federal investigators looking into how and why the panel on an Alaska Airlines plane blew out during a flight last Friday are zeroing in on loose bolts. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
4 bolts that are part of the system that hold this piece of the plane that blew off Friday night in place remain unaccounted for. And investigators do not know if those bolts were ever in place or if perhaps they broke or otherwise slipped out of the plane after that piece failed.
There may be new hope for treating Parkinson's. CBS's Natalie Brand has the details.
Researchers in Boston are developing a test to detect Parkinson's disease early. They believe it could potentially identify brain abnormalities before patients show symptoms, allowing them to begin drug treatment sooner. In many cases, Parkinson's disease causes irreversible brain damage before symptoms appear.
S&P futures are down 26. Dow futures off 175. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
If you haven't switched to MediShare, you have 2 big reasons to at least consider it and why it makes so much sense right now. Number one is inflation, which is just affecting everything. It just makes sense to say, okay,
nobody knows who Cordell is.
in one fell swoop with the switch to MediShare, the typical family savings.
Unless Cordell said can.
Secondly, your conscience. MediShare members aren't forced to pay for things they don't support or believe in, and that's a big deal for a lot of people right now. They want their money to actually help people. And one more reason, you can trust MediShare. It's been the gold standard for healthcare sharing for more than 30 years. It works. The members love it too. It has double the member satisfaction rating compared to health insurance. So now's a great time to consider making the switch.
People don't know who Cordell is.
You can call now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number: 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Volkswagen is welcoming artificial intelligence.
The idea is to go from voice command to a conversation. I have a feeling code. AI loves the call understand.
Okay.
VW's Kai Gordon says they want to meet customer expectations.
Have changed. We are seeing new types and new features with a great development.
This is the big news this year in Volkswagen's electric ID7 as well as the next generation evolve. Check over CBS News. Las Vegas.
Careful, Taylor Swift fans. If you thought for steaming up with the pop star's favorite cookware, but it's understandable she didn't show it off to Variety magazine. It was featured in a Netflix documentary. Turns out it was a fake segment, you say, featuring Swift's face and voice generated by AI. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
What in the world? Okay, let me see. Click on. Anybody want to be what in the world? Let's be close. Oh yeah. And I can't get it. There we go. Okay then. We're back 8:08 in the morning, right here on News Radio 1440, hot news and burning issues. And what are we talking about today? Okay, we're talking about, yeah, some of stuff we talked about yesterday for Montgomery Police Department. It's all in the shambles at the moment. As a matter of fact, this stuff's been going on since October. We just finding out about what's going on over there. We're not completely abreast of all the issues there, but it would suffice to say that there's some issues over there. Okay. What else? We're talking about the prisons. Somebody always dying in them. And the most startling fact of today is that nobody knows who Cordell Walker is. I mean, my hero. I don't have very many heroes that didn't wear parachutes. But, besides Audie Murphy, Cordell Walker is my biggest hero. Oh, and Frederick Douglass. I like Frederick too. Okay, then. Let's go back phone. What are we talking about? We're talking a lot of things. Okay, let me see. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. That's right. Well, that's good. That's why we do it. But again, I gotta tell you what I told the lady on the TV. I said, all I do is deliver it. Y'all give it. So the people and I told people, I said, you are going to be helped by people who have never met you, who don't know you, but are willing to help you. And I said, now that's a blessing right there. So all I do is just pass it out. I didn't do anything. Not really. Yeah. Well, thank you. I thank you okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate you participating in. Good morning. Who's this? I'm doing fine. No, I haven't heard that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess, and Cookie, listen, and again, what I've learned from all of this, we just got to do a better job of keeping our kids out of prison. Because they once they get behind those, I know once we get behind these, yeah, but they can't trap them if they don't do stupid things out here and end up there. I hear you. It's a shame. So let's right. So let's try to get our kids keep it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. And, and I realize, but again though, man, we just need to do a better job of keeping. Because evidently the lawyers around here, okay, are not doing it to make a difference in our society. They doing it for money, and I ain't mad at them. You got to make a living. You got to make a living. Okay, they do, and unfortunately, it's the people who go there all the time who don't have the ability to attain a lawyer. And a public defender is a useless task because he got 200 cases, and so he got about 5 or 6 minutes to spend on yours, and that's it. So I don't know. It's a. Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Appreciate it. Let's take one more call. Then I gotta go to this first break here, 8:17 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, listen. It does make sense. Kids are scared, and people are scared. That does make sense. Unless you've been through that, it does make. They put pressure on you. They put pressure on you. Well, where's the guy? Well, where's the guy's heart? Mm. Okay. Well, you're not supposed to anyway. Yeah, yeah. But you said things. Well, I realize that. Well, Well, I guess every group of people got their subgroup. Well, yeah. Mm. Well, now let me ask you, what about these 215 bodies found in Mississippi, Mississippi behind the jail? Wait, oh, I'm looking at it right now. It is an alarming situation that unfolded in Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah. All right. I'll take a break. It's 8:20 in the morning, and we'll be right back after this. 215 bodies in unmarked graves behind a state jail in Jackson, Mississippi. Families of the deceased were left in the dark until last month. Some grave sites were only identified by a number and a metal rod, raising concern about the lack of transparency and respect for handling the deceased. Well, that's what we're taking. I guess that's the jail graveyard or whatever case you want to give it. Only 215. Wow. We'll be back.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Not appearing pain, confused, and mumbling and fumbling and stumbling after his Henry Trump speech when his own wife has to go out there and escort him off the stage. It's getting worse. I can't think of a Joe Biden public appearance in the last number of months. I don't know, 4 or 5 months, where everything has gone well, where he's been able to get through the speech, get off the stage, and not let things confused and mumbling and fumbling. Cognitive decline is something that is degenerative. It never gets better. It only gets worse, and I don't care what medication you might be on.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Imagine a society with a digital dot.
No, okay. Keep fair. Oh, couldn't they? No more selling extra items for pen. A digital will mean your life could depend on the internet, electricity, and people you don't know. Plus, it means every penny you have could all be tracked. So goodbye to privacy. That's why thousands of Americans have decided to opt out of the government's plans by talking to Goldco and putting a portion of their savings into physical gold and silver, including Sean Hannity. Sean has personally bought metals from the top-rated company, Goldco, who has an excellent reputation. They've placed over $2 billion in gold and silver, and right now they're offering up to $10,000 in bonus silver while supplies last. So call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD to learn how you can get started today. Tell them Hannity sent you and see if you qualify for up to $10,000 in bonus silver. Call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
The internet is vast and unending, but you don't have to go that far to hear your favorite talk show hosts. Search, stop, and listen at newsradio1440.com.
We're all juggling life, a career, and trying to build a little bit of wealth. The Brown Ambition podcast with host Mandy and Tiffany, the Budgetnista, can help.
When it comes to financial stuff, gather friends, confidants as you go along who are on the same path as you, because family is amazing, but family doesn't always understand the journey that we're on because they have their separate journeys. So I just feel like the more voices you have, whether it's ours from listening to the podcast, we can be like your big sister friends.
Brown Ambition,
wherever you listen.
More than 1,400 Alabamians have died from drug overdoses in 2021. Fentanyl is the major cause of drug deaths. It's killing our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, and our brothers. It's time to have a conversation about substance misuse. If you have a family member or friend, or if you are suffering from a substance use disorder, the Council on Substance Abuse wants to help. Go to cosancADD.org. Hope is real. Recovery is real. Contact COSA today at 334-262-1629.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File free.
Secure your assets today with something Washington cannot manipulate. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I recommend diversifying your retirement into a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit by texting the word safeguard to 989898. Do this right now. Text safeguard to the number 989898 and get a free info kit from Birch Gold. There's no obligation or purchase required.
Hi, this is Ken from Paint Defender, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Think of us for your paint protection.
I'm Sophie, defender out in Montgomery. Happy holidays.
Okay, you gotta love this song today because a bunch of rain going on out there. 8:27 in the morning. I'm feeling pretty good. I'll take Z to school because evidently school's gonna start a little later. That's okay. It's gonna get cold tonight. So remember, in the morning you get up and get to go places. You may need to leave home 10 minutes early and go about 10 miles slower, and that way I won't read about you. Okay, I'm just saying, it's the time. All righty then, let me go on to the phone. That kind of line right there. No, so let me go who's there. All right, hey, thanks for holding. Good morning. Yes. All righty then, 8:29 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? I mean, that's for all of us. I mean, all of us. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I still want to worry about them. I mean, mm, mm. Well, it's still a bad situation, regardless. Good morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Right, but that doesn't make the grades be wrong. Well, there are plenty. Yeah. I, okay, okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, I got you. Good morning. Who's this? Well, we all should care. I mean, again, we all should listen. I'm not a bleeding liberal. Okay, I don't think that everybody that goes to jail ought to be let out. But I do believe, like everybody else, like all of us should believe. Um, Even in the Bible, God did not forget the prisoners. He asked us, did we go visit them? I mean, they're still human beings, and again, but by the grace of God, go all of us. Okay, we have a tendency sometimes to fit the things we do when we're young, and we get blessed enough to be on top of the ground and still walking freely. But if you think back to the chapters of your life, I would imagine there's a page in there too that well you could have been there. I know I could have been. So I'm not saying everybody's innocent is in prison, but they do deserve to be treated at least as well as we treat dogs. Okay, I mean, you leave your dog in a hot car, they give people the right to bust your window out, just like you was a kid, and get your dog. Okay, but we'll put people in these prisons out here with no air conditioning, no nothing, and expect them to survive. It. So the question is, does prison make you? It says Department of Corrections. I would like to know what behavior they are correcting. I mean, that's what it said. Why don't they just say prison? Okay, don't say Department of Corrections because you're not really correcting anybody. As a matter of fact, we see how much correction y'all need. I like that word y'all, because it takes two words, put them together. You don't gotta say you all as one syllable. Bam, y'all. Okay, I'm just saying, and that's the prison complex. I'm just saying. It just seems like to me it's a tough way to go. Anyway, and again, I've tried my best, and I've tried my best to make sure my kids at least knew not to go, not to be in there. It's a place that none, it's like a courtroom. There's two things that are going to happen when you come out of the courtroom. You're either going to be happy or you're going to be sad. There is no in between. Because ain't but two things. Somebody wins and somebody loses. Every once in a while you might get a draw, but that's rare. Okay. 860-1440. I'm still trying to remember my city council person. I think the district I'm actually in. Um, but anyway, moving right along. I can't. She took over Tracy Larkin's thing, I think. Anyway, my mind ain't what it used to be, so that's just the way it goes sometimes. Let's go back to the phone. I'm gonna get that name right here in a minute. Johnson. Wait, Johnson. Marche. Marche. That's right. Marche. Okay. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. But isn't that about it? But isn't that about the same thing? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that helps. That helps. Mm, 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 mm. Right. Oh, yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. It'd be parents, absolutely. Absolutely. But if the parents don't do it, if the parents don't do it, then I think we as society has an obligation to teach them about discipline. That's a crap. That's a crock. Yeah. Well, all right, don't make me seem like a hypocrite here. But what I mean is that the ultimate responsibility though is on the parents and we as society, I think you're right, we have an obligation to at least assist in that if they don't get it at home. Yeah, I agree with that. Not like Hillary Clinton thought it was, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And they can today too if they had the gall to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think you go to the probation, you go to the probate court and have that parent put in under some kind of some sort of sentence of dementia or something because obviously they're not a good parent. I, right. Because I don't think right because I don't think they have enough people because when the last report I've seen, we got a 50% absenteeism rate in public school. Right. I hear you, but you got a 50. Did you hear what I said though? Yeah, yeah. I hear, but you hear what I said? They got a 50% absenteeism rate in our schools. I mean, 50%. Yeah. Right. Well, the rules are for everybody. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more call before I take my last break. Good morning on there. Morning. Well, well, I don't want to, but you know. Okay. Well, I don't have time. Give me a fast because I got to go to my last break. So this is your second call. So yeah. And with that, got to take a break. We'll be back. One more segment, and we'll call it a day. We'll be right back. Yeah. Not even one second. Fix my home.
The bar sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne. We all make
All right, what do I do with the keys? 860-1440 is the numbers here. We talked about a plethora of things this morning. Also, we did actually lose somebody in the Montgomery County custody too recently. That story hasn't got a lot of play on it. I know Sheriff Cunningham does not allow these things to go on and get to the compass. But according to Montgomery County Sheriff Garrett Cunningham, the inmate now identified as Mr. Maurice Jackson, 40 years old, experienced a serious medical condition in the booking area on Thursday, December the 21st, around 10 p.m. The on-duty medical staff at the Montgomery County Detention Facility responded to the emergency. Sheriff Cunningham stated that the medics at the Montgomery Fire Rescue were also on scene and rendered emergency care. However, efforts to resuscitate the inmate was unsuccessful. I hate when they use the word inmate. I don't like that. These people have names, and this, especially when they're gone now, they're no longer an inmate. Okay, use their names. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Oh no. Mm.
Who might not be anybody. Like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Martin Luther King said, I think he wrote it on the letter from Birmingham jail, said that we may change over on different boats, but we're in the same ship now. Yeah. That's true. I got you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that I appreciate you calling. I got the one because I'm running out of time. Appreciate your call. Good morning. You're it. Okay, bro. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I got the change cool. Like I said, we may came over on different ships, but we're in the same. We're all in the same boat now. That's what he said. I had it actually back. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope this day finds you well. It's 8:56 in the morning. It looks as though I don't know what happened at the sheriff department, but evidently, the young man was pronounced deceased at the detention facility about 10:39 on December the 31st. No further information sources available, so those things. And also, give a shout out to Alabama State University president, Mr. He don't pick up the phone no more. He doesn't take my calls. He's still a good man. Mr. What's his name? The SWAC Council of Presidents and Chancellors is the highest ranked legislative body within the league and provides direct leadership for conferences and institutions. And Quentin Ross was recently selected as a member of the NCAA Committee on Women's Athletics. But he's also been ASU named the chairman of SWAC Council of Presidents. Outstanding for him. Now, will you please pick up the phone every once in a while, Dr. Ross, when the brother calls? I'm just saying, I'm a sway out there, but come on, a little bit. Good morning, you're in for the day. I got you. I got you. Enough for that for the damn gun. Okay. When you have intelligence, you're not to tell people. Okay. Oh, here's one. Remember that story about the 60-year-old? I don't have time to tell you that. Well, his mother got 2 years in prison for child neglect for allowing that 6-year-old to come through with a gun and shoot people. I think that's the right thing to do. We need to start holding a whole bunch of people responsible for what they kids do. We'll be back. Have a great morning.